most romantic on your ass in the next 15, 20 minutes, because we just have some swoon-worthy stuff to talk about today. I was even going to go so far as to get a couple of those, like, romantic dinner candles, you know, just to build a little bit of intimacy between us. But then I started thinking, and there was just something in me that said that putting things on fire on this table while I'm doing the show wasn't going to be the safest thing for all involved. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why I thought this. It was just something said, don't do it. So I'm going to play it safe, and we don't have candles as a result. So I'm sorry. But this show does have over 500 subscribers. And that, I think, makes up for a couple of candles, really. I'm completely shocked at the fact that the show has over 500 subscribers now, because when I started the show, I didn't think anybody was really going to care all that much. And now I've got a whole bunch of people following it. So thank you from the absolute bottom of my heart, really. It is amazing. And as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep doing it. Let's just make that deal. You show up, I'll show up. Now, of all the Vulcan little traits and traditions and behaviors, I've got to say that this is probably my favorite. Now, the Vulcans are a very handsy people. They have very, very sensitive hands. And the way that they kiss and do other erotic things is by putting their fingertips together. Well, not their fingertips. That's called something else. No, other people. Fingertips with other people. That's how they kiss. And this first pops up in Season 2, Episode 14, Journey to Babel. Now, those are Spock's parents. That's Sarek and Amanda. And we also get the clue, because Amanda's a regular old human woman, that this isn't just something that has to happen between Vulcans. This can happen between Vulcans and people from another race. So that's totally possible. And we get another example of Vulcan kissing in Season 3, Episode 4, The Enterprise Incident. Now that's Spock and that Romulan commander chick that he has to seduce. And what's interesting about that scene is that there's more than just static touching. They actually move a little bit, and they kind of rub on each other's hands, and that's where the erotic nature comes in. So really, Spock got farther on camera with a girl than Kirk ever did. I know. And so wait, okay, are there any other examples of the characters from the original universe touching hands like that? Are there any other examples? No. 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 Ew! Oh God, what is that? No. 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 Wait. Go back. No. No. Not that one. The other one. Well, I'll be a slashy monkey. Can I see that again? Huh. Well, I don't think words are really necessary. I think the images kind of say everything. You know, pictures worth 1,000 words and all that shit. Can we see all three of them together? Huh. That's just fascinating. And for those who would say that moment between Kirk and Spock isn't a Vulcan kiss because they're not actually touching because the glass is in the way, I'll castrate you. Slowly. You too, females. You think you can't be castrated, but you can. It just takes a little longer, but I can do it. Because that's probably the weakest, lowest argument you could make for this. Like, really, if you're clinging to a rung on the ladder that's that low, it's time to let go. You know what I'm saying? That's not even an argument. That is just irrelevant. It's completely, you would not make that argument in any other instance. So, don't even try. And we're not given any reason to think that it's supposed to be taken in any other context. I mean, it's romantic context, Kirk and Spock. So, you would have to mean one thing over here, and then magically transform into another meaning by the time it happened over here. Why does that sound familiar? Oh, the Spock and Edith parallel, the let me help thing that we talked about a couple episodes ago. Yeah. You'd have to do the same thing here. Now, I'm just wondering, how many times are you going to have to change words and actions, meanings, so you can make Kirk and Spock just friends, before you realize that they weren't really just friends? How many times? 5, 10, however many times you need, I can find. They've got plenty of moments for that kind of thing. So, you just throw out a number, and then I'll throw out the clips, and then we'll go from there. So just let me know. Now, there is something that happens in The Final Frontier, which is when Spock says goodbye to his half-brother Sybok before he goes off to die. Not Spock, the other one. Before he goes off to die, and it looks like this. There's a couple of things I'd like to point out. One, Wrath of Khan came first, and 2, they're literally brothers. They're literally family. And so, I mean, if this kind of goodbye is just reserved for spouses and family members, Kirk and Spock don't fall into the family members. They just don't. They're not actually related. And before you say, oh my god, that's such a technicality, no, Vulcans, that's a very important distinction that Vulcans kind of abide by. I mean, in Season 3, Episode 15? 14. I want to say 14. Episode 14, Whom Gods Destroy, Kirk refers to Spock as his brother, and Spock says, well, I get what you're saying, but we're not literally brothers, so that term isn't really accurate. Like, they acknowledge that distinction. So, no, they don't actually fall into that category, so they have to fall into the other category. Imagine that. That's just crazy.